usually. So this is my second time to go live on Facebook via Zoom. So we'll see how this works.
No, it says it's live, so
Okay. Good morning. How are y'all doing this morning? I tell you, here in Northeast Louisiana, y'all know I have to look out my window. It's cloudy. We're about to get storms today. It's a little cooler than usual, but I bet it's not as cool as it is where Karalee is. Today, joining me is Karalee Gault. Karalee, it's so good to have you here. She hails from Northern Ohio. So y'all know it's got to be a little bit cooler up there than it is here at my house. Carolee, I am so happy to have you here. The first thing I want to know, and everybody wants to know, is what in the world is a VA or virtual assistant?
all right. Well, a virtual assistant is an incredibly broad term for basically a personal assistant that works online. So that's where the virtual part comes from. So I always explain it as your personal assistant to somebody in whatever you are providing for them. For example, it could be like website design or graphics or just general admin stuff like scheduling and all of those. So there's a wide range of things that a VA actually does, but it's essentially anything that can be done online, right?
Awesome. Awesome. That sounds wonderful. And in this day and age when more people are working from home or wanting to work from home, this is a great job or career. Let's call it. I hate the term job. Two terms I hate in the business world are job and boss. I hate both of those. You know,
Yeah.
you shouldn't have a boss. You shouldn't be a boss. You should be a leader. And you shouldn't have a job. You should have a career.
Mhm.
And even more than that, you should have a passion. And I know you're looking for passionate people in your agency when you add people to your agency. So,
Absolutely.
so tell me about yourself and how you became a VA and then launched your agency.
All right, so I'm going to tell you just a slight little story that I've connected to this. Back when I was in high school, I had actually obtained a management job. And then that company closed, and nobody would hire me for any sort of management position for the next 5 years or more. I had just kind of given up on that dream. Well, so because of that, my mindset was is I can't do anything where I'm in a leadership role in that respect again, right? And so when the opportunity presented itself, I kind of ran from it, but I decided, okay, we're just going to take a leap here. And I hired my first client after kind of someone was like, I feel like you'd be really good at this. And in the back of my head, I knew I would be good at it, right? But I had a long line of people that said that, nope, we're not going to hire you for this. Um, and so I just hired my first client. And then from there, I said, I guess I didn't hire them. They hired me, right?
Yeah.
the
Well, it's
hire,
kind of the same. When you have clients, it's kind of the same. You work for them and they work for you. I mean, you have to have that, what is it, symbiotic type relationship. I mean, it has to be, but yes, yes.
yeah, yeah. But and then that person, like, I just absolutely loved everything I did for them. They were ecstatic about how fast I was able to do it and just how nice it looked. And then I just kind of, and then she told her friends, and her friends came to me, and then you know how referrals work. They just
Mhm.
start popping all over the place. And before I knew it, I had my entire business being ran on referrals, and then essentially scaled to an agency in 3 months from starting,
Wow.
in something that I never thought I was going to end up doing. Um, and everyone I talked to was like, "There's, how did you do that in 3 months?" And I was like, just over delivering and doing great work, right? Because it was 90% referrals. It wasn't people that just were coming to me that had never heard of me. So that's the short gist there.
And that's so important. Everyone here knows I'm in ULA. I'm an ULA life coach. And one of the things that the ULA guys say all the time is, under promise, over deliver. And
Absolutely. Yes.
then that's I know that you see that. That's how we become businesses of excellence, is by doing that. And, providing what we say we're going to provide and going beyond. And I'm going to say, here's the disclaimer. I found Carolee through a referral, and Carolee does over deliver. I am a client of hers, and she over delivers. She's very responsive when I need help. She's right on top of things. She finds me what I need. and she has some great courses. That's how we basically connected, was a course that she had that, it's mine. I've paid for it. It's mine now, and I can go back to it as much as I need it. She has some great courses out there. We're going to tell you later how to get in touch with Karalee. So, Karalee, what are the advantages of being a VA through an agency instead of starting out on your own? Let's say I wanted to be a VA and I think, I'm just going to go out there and find me some VA jobs. I know there's Upwork and other agencies like that. There's also, you can do it yourself by advertising, or you can go through a small, and when I say small, I don't mean small in a tiny way, but you're a family business. You're a family run business instead of being a corporation out there. You have a great business, but anyway, you have this family in it. It's you and your husband. So what would be the advantage of coming to you if I wanted to be a VA and wanted to work as that? What would be the advantage of working through an agency like yours, or even hiring an agency like yours? Give me both of those, the side of both of them, please.
Well, a VA working inside of my agency, basically, there's no legwork for you. There's literally, you do the projects that I am bringing into the agency, and then I hand them off to you. You complete the work, and you move on with your day. There's nothing else that you are required to do, like the marketing or bringing in clients, or keep making your deadlines, because I'm going to set them for you, where the client's going to, right? So it just makes it's like your 9-to-5 job. You go to work, you do as they say, and you come home. But you can also still be flexible with your hours, even in an agency, because you are still considered a freelancer. You're not like an employee, but you just have your deadlines, but you can do your work whenever you want, right?
Great. That's good. Now the flip side of that. So hiring you, well, I know the advantages. I have hired your agency, but you tell us what you feel are the advantages of hiring you.
Well, the biggest advantages of hiring an agency is kind of like what I just said. There's multiple people that can be working on the same project, but different aspects of it, which means it's going to get done in a much faster manner than if you were just hiring one person to do it. I mean, obviously that's, more people working on something means it gets done faster, simply.
Okay.
That's the biggest advantage.
It made me think about something. So I know that y'all do media. Am I correct? Mm-hmm. Like will you do graphics? Do you do graphics for people like Facebook, social media graphics?
Yes.
And you do the copy that goes along with that?
As long as we don't specialize in copy by any means, but as long as we have something to go off of, we can create the copy. Yep.
So basically, back to what you were just saying, it could be done quicker. You would hand the graphic part off to one person, the copy off to another person, and they're both working on it at the same time. Then you come together, you have a product a whole lot quicker.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell y'all, Karalee does other things for me. I do my own graphics right now, and that is probably my biggest pain point. And that's something I will be hiring out eventually, but we all know when we start a business, sometimes we have to pick and choose. And I do use Karalee, but I use her for other things right now. And those other things are tremendous. I'm just telling y'all, she is wonderful. And there will be a time when they'll be doing my graphics, because I'm scaling up, and that's something I just don't have time to do. I don't. And it's frustrating to me. I just don't want to do that. And again, it's getting there. It's getting there. So my next question is, what are the first steps to either working as a VA or hiring a VA? So when someone's going to come to you and they say, let's cover the first one. Okay. They want to work for you. What would they need to do?
Well, to work inside of an agency, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Basically you fill out an application, you get onboarded, and we would obviously evaluate your skills and how you can help inside the agency, because you don't want to have depending on what your agency centers around. My centers around, the foundation of building a business and getting all of your systems in check. So you don't want to have too many people that do the exact same job. So you got to make sure you have diversity, right? But otherwise, it's pretty simple. You bring your skills, you bring your experience, we have a chat, and then we just kind of go from there, and you get brought into the fold, right?
Okay, right. So so it's basically like being hired out for any job.
Yes, except for Yes, but you have that freedom of your time still,
Yes.
because you're
Yeah.
still a freelancer, and that's the biggest difference. Is yes, you work for an agency, but you're still free to work on the work when you want to work on the work, as long as you're meeting the deadlines, right?
Let's keep reiterating that deadline.
Yes.
You know, business, any and all business is going to have deadlines. I mean, people need to realize that. But your deadlines usually aren't real tight when you start a job. Am I right? You know, it's
No.
not like I need this in 3 hours. Usually it's a few days or maybe even a little bit longer than that.
Oh yeah, there are very reasonable expectations. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm a thinker and I'm one of those that I have to live with something for a few days. You know, I am creative to a point. I've written copy before, but I have to look at it and live with it and think about it before I actually do a job. So this is something that would be perfect for someone with my personality, a creative person who, and most creatives are like that though. Am I right? Most creatives like to think and let it marinate in their mind and turn it over before they actually, and another thing I've noticed with creatives is we like to, we create and then we go back and we edit and then we live with it and then we edit and then we finally get to that perfect point where we feel like we can let it go. Am I right about that?
Yeah, that sounds a lot like me.
Yeah. So what about hiring an agency? What would be the first steps in hiring an agency?
Well, personally, how we do it in our agency here is we want to evaluate if we are going to be a good fit to work with this business, right? Because obviously, if you can't work together, then we're not going to be able to be efficient and produce what you want. So we offer a free 30-minute consultation for that reason, because we don't want to, we're not just going to be like, here, we're going to take your money and and then no, we're not going to work together, sort of thing. So we always offer a free 30-minute consultation. We talk about what they want done in their business and if we can provide that, and then we just and then we move forward from there.
Great, right. And that while you're saying that, I'm thinking, ethics. You run an ethical business, and a business that's going to say, oh yeah, we can do whatever you need, and hire you and or basically get into a contract with you without ever vetting you out, whether you're going to work with them or they're going to work, and do work for you. Either way is not good. And so you do vet your people out on either side, and that's great. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you want to tell us about VA work that maybe I haven't thought of to ask, or anything else about your agency? Let me ask you this. Do you want to tell a quick story about how you got your husband home?
Oh, I forgot to say that
I'm
part.
throwing you a curveball here. This wasn't in our questions, but I think it's something. I love this story. I love this story. I think it's so wonderful.
It's honestly incredibly important, and I don't know how I forget to say it. Like, it's completely changed my life, or our lives, right? But so I started this as a solo VA in November of just last year, so 2020. So then by February of 2021, so that's the end, 3 months later, yeah. That was when I started to scale to an agency. And we had actually, but before that, in November, about December, my husband and I had decided to set a date, right? A goal for April 1st of 2021 to bring him home from his factory job, which was stressing everybody out. You know how toxic jobs can be. But surprise, curveball here. We were actually able to bring him home in February instead, because I was able to bring in enough income to replace his in just 3 months, which is awesome. Still crazy to me, but it happened, right?
But I imagine the reason, and this is just my thought, is that you're following good biblical principles, but also business principles. And when you implement those into your business, you're going to flourish and you're going to grow, and you're going to thrive in your business. And today, what I wanted to accomplish today was to let people know that there is a way when you want to come home, when you want to work for yourself, there's a way to do it. If you're a creative person, and not only creative, there are other VA duties that are more like personal assistants. Do you have any people like that in your business? People that assist executives or anything like that, or would they need to go to another agency for that?
Well, what's going to happen is as I get clients that come in, I can find VAs that I can hire in to the fold. But as of right now, I do not. But that's because I have not acquired any clients like that
So
yet.
that is a goal for you.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and that is a great field, because that's something I used to do as a personal assistant for a vice president, and everything I did I could have done from the house for her. But you know, if you're an organized person, extremely organized, can keep people on task, that's another way to be a VA. You know, you've got your creative people in this, your technical people. There are a lot of technical people in VA, so it's a wide spectrum of what you can do here, but it's a way to get you home, or it's a way to supplement your income until you can leave your job. You know, with the flexibility, you can do it on the weekends in the evening. But again, I want to encourage you, if you decide to do this and you're still working, to still have that work-life balance. You know, don't forget to have fun. Don't forget to spend time with your friends and family, but start working towards it. There's a lot of people that believe in business when you're starting a business, and when you are maybe getting a small business in the gap there, a stopgap to help you get to where you can get home, that you have to work all the time. And you don't. You should have a work-life balance, and you should start, once you start growing in something like this, then you can start looking at moving away. You know, one thing to do would be to save, you know, save that VA salary until you have enough saved up for 2 or 3 months where you can leave that job and start doing VA full time. There's just a lot of things you can do. And it's VA work is something I looked into. I think it's great. I think it's a great way to bring yourself home. And I actually did VA work as a bookkeeper. You know, that was a virtual job for me. And for the most part, I still had some clients that were local. But anyway, Karalee, how can we contact you? How can we get to you?
Well, we'll make it real easy for everybody. If you Gault Virtual Agency, and wherever that is right now. So gaultvirtualagency.com, or you can email me at gaultvirtualagency@gmail.com. And then the same thing for anything on social media, just search Gault Virtual Agency. Yep, same all around.
You have what we call a lead group on Facebook, where you talk about your products and when you're launching new products. And is it okay to bring up what we talked about before, the new course you're working on?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, go ahead and tell them what you're doing.
Okay, so I have a course in the works right now. I just have one-on-one options to get people started, like lay the groundwork and your systems in place to be able to be a VA. But I do have a course that I am putting together right now that will walk you through, like in more detail, right? For about 3 months is the time frame, and really get yourself moving and established, and basically it is everything that I've already had to do myself, just on a fast track for you. So
great. So let me tell y'all what I'm going to do for y'all. I'm going to write a little blurb for Facebook, and it will go out later today. I need to put it all together and get my graphics, which I don't really want to do. I got to get my graphics together and do all of that, but I will put that out there. I will also in the video, you'll see it later today, you're going to see the links to everything Karalee talked about. I'll put the email in there. I'll put the link to her agency, and I'll put the link to her lead group. Now let me tell you, in the lead group, if you're watching this in my group, Finding Your Purpose Walk, that's a lead group. That's what that is. And so Karalee's not going to be bugging you in there. I'm in her lead group. She's not going to be coming in and bugging you and saying, bye, 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 bye. But she's going to offer you things when she has them. And so I would tell you, if you're looking at this at all, join her lead group. Get in there with her and just follow her. Look at what she's got when she launches. And I think you'll be happy with it. I really do. My time with Karalee has been great, and I look forward to handing more things to her as time goes on and as my business scales up. But Karalee, thank you so much for being here with us today. Everybody, do you want to say any parting words to anybody?
Well, something had just popped in my head. A lot of people don't realize that it doesn't cost a lot to start a VA business either, right? So it only costs about, I spent about $200 and I bought a laptop. So it's totally affordable to do on the side. That was just the last thought that I popped in my head there.
Oh, yeah, that's great advice. You don't have to have a website to be a VA through an agency. You don't have to do anything other than have a computer and access to internet, correct?
And then whatever software you're going to use for whatever you're doing for your VA services. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. About $200. That's it.
Yeah. And I can remember the days when my daughter didn't have internet and she'd go sit outside of a business that offered free internet, like a restaurant.
Mhm.
Or there's Starbucks. I mean, I hate to throw them a bone, but Starbucks has free internet. The library has free internet. So there's so many places that you can go. And library would probably be better than Starbucks because it's quiet. You can get your work done. But if you can't afford internet, you can only get you a laptop. You can still have internet. It's free in a lot of places. And a lot of times, if you have, most of us do have smartphones. A lot of times you can tether your smartphone as your internet router, just depending on your plan. But just some ideas for you. Karalee, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here today. To my followers, I love y'all. I will see y'all Monday. I may come out tomorrow if I get into what I think I'm going to get into. I may come out tomorrow and show y'all what I'm doing. But other than that, I will see y'all Monday. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.